Man said, not gonna lie though, if you're hiking, traveling whilst getting money, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you don't get it. I'm not saying that you can't do activities. I do activities, but I don't work 24/7, and the only time I'm not doing no sort of work is when I'm pissing or when I'm sleeping. No, you can do activities, you can take a little break here and there, you can enjoy your life. What I'm saying is when I mention about going hiking and traveling and that, like I met a man, one of the managers at Homes Haringey, and this is the thing, man been wise from young, you know. It's not just over the last couple years and that. I was at Homes Haringey up until the age of 24, and I didn't start YouTube to like I was like 28, I think, and now I'm gonna be 32 next month. So man been a wise man from day one. People used to say I've got an old head on young shoulders, meaning that like I'm basically ahead of my time. Imagine, yeah, you got a 21-year-old with the mind of a 35-year-old, basically. So yeah, when I was at Homes Haringey, one of the managers, he was leaving for a year. So they were doing secondment. I think they needed to get someone to fill his spot for a year or something like that. So I said, big man, why are you leaving the workplace for a year? I know you're coming back, but what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm going to go traveling for a year. And like, even then, I just knew like, why? Why are you going traveling for a year? Now, obviously, I didn't like really understand how stupid it was to go traveling for a year. But now that I'm older, I'm thinking to myself, well, obviously, this guy has nothing going on in the background. Unless he's lying about it, obviously. Unless he's trying to build up his own business on the side and he just lied to his workplace and that. Because Haringey accounts are fucking weird, you know. I started a limited company in 2014 and HR, fuck them, HR were even talking about it, talking about, oh yeah, you know, you shouldn't really be starting limited companies and that. The fuck's it got to do with you, blood? What I do on the weekend. See, people don't want you to grow, you know. Your employers just want you to be a fucking robot worker slave. Like, I understand, yeah, if they know I'm leaving work early or doing something I'm not supposed to go and do other activities or let's say do private work for the tenants and that. Because you can imagine when you go into people's houses, they will ask you, oh, can you come back and do this light bulb or whatever and bullshit and that. So I can understand that. But they had an issue with me starting a limited company on the side. Got nothing to do with Haringey accounts. Obviously, it's electrical and that. But what the fuck's it got to do with you? So anyway, yeah, he might not want to tell them, yeah, I'm starting my own business on the side. But let's just assume he was going to go and do traveling for a year because there's some idiot that's doing that right now and that. Thinking about it now, because I knew it was a dumb idea back then, but I didn't really know why. Thinking about it now, we obviously has nothing going on. Because if you're building up some business, you know, if you're working on some big plans to take over the universe and that, you are not traveling to other countries and that. I don't mind going on that Big Brother show because obviously you know what sort of personality I've got. You know, it'd be very entertaining if I got through to the Big Brother show and that. I wouldn't want to step away for 3 months. I think it's like 12 weeks. Yeah, so it's 3 months and it's either 10 weeks or 12 weeks. So basically 3 months or just shy of 3 months and that. Who's going to manage my properties? I've got things going on. Who's going to manage my properties? I've got fucking 3 rental properties and 2 other properties. One of them, so I've got this house here. I've got another house that's empty that I'm doing up. And I've got 3 rental properties. I've got 6 tenants. Who the fuck's going to manage the properties and the tenants when I'm away? Obviously, I can leave it down to my girl. But you know what? I'd rather just be about, yeah, to handle the problems and that. Because I don't believe anyone's as efficient as me. So, yeah, that's the thing. If you want to go backpack hiking, whatever, traveling and that, well, not traveling, but if you want to go to different countries, little 5-day holiday, fam, do that, blood. What, do you not think I don't do nothing with my life? Yeah, I got a motorbike, you know, I like to go and ride my motorbike, you know, I do take a little break and that. You know, for me, going on holiday is going back to my mum's yard in Edmonton and that. But yeah, you can do a little hiking. If you want to go for a little hiking activity and that for a whole day, camping for the weekend, fam, do that. Vlog it and get paid for it, yeah? But yeah, if you want to do a little hiking and that, fam, do that. But don't fucking, like, be taking years or 6 months out of your life to do bullshit that it's not gonna bring you back no return. You see, certain people just want to get away. That's why some people are so desperate to go on holiday. They don't like their lives. That's why they're so desperate to go away. That's why they're so desperate to hike and travel for a whole year and that. They're trying to escape their reality. You have created your reality. If you live a shit existence and you're over the age of 25, fam, it's because you've created that reality for yourself. People will be like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I come from this background and that blood. Unfortunately, we're not all dealt a good hand. And from the age of 21, you just got to start working and grinding. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit harder for you than someone who comes from middle class family where their parents can just drop them 10, 15 grand to put down a deposit on a property and that. You got a grand, you got to work. I come from that environment. I come from a good home, but I come from a poor home. You see all these 5 properties that I got, no one gave me a penny. These are loans and debts that I had to take on. I had to take that risk. Man not have no mum who's got money or no dad that's got money to say, here son, here's 20 grand. I know some of you are watching this right now that will shock the shit out of you. Like, how can a man's parents or a girl's parents just say, yeah, here's 20 grand, here's 30 grand. My girl's a mortgage broker. And some of her clients, if you will ask them, so this 30 grand or 40 grand deposit or even a 20 grand deposit, how much of it is savings, how much of it is gifted? 20 grand of it is gifted and 2 grand is savings. Like that. Yeah. Now, some people might be 30 grand savings and then 10 grand gifted. But a lot of them, when they've got gifted deposits, which means it's been given to them by a parent or uncle or something like that, for the most part, that's the majority of their deposit. Yeah, there are people out here, they've got uncles or parents that can drop them 20, 30 grand for their first deposit for their property. Now, I know that's shocking to some of you lot, but unfortunately, people that represent this, they don't have family members or parents that have put things in place so that it makes it easier for the next generation. Unfortunately, a lot of people that look like, some people that look like this, they do have parents that are able to bust them and people from other cultures. Now you got Asian people and whatnot and that. But unfortunately, people that look like me, they don't have parents who are smart enough. And when I say smart, it's got nothing to do with splitting atoms or being a doctor or a lawyer. They just weren't smart enough. They were sheep. They were a sheep. They would rather, when they got some money back in the day, they would rather spend it on whatever fashion labels were popping at the time. Gucci and LV weren't that popular back in the day. Moschino, whatever they were, Prada and them things there, Alfa Romeo, getting into debt. Dumb. This is why I got 5 properties, because I never indulged in that lifestyle. I never will. Or if I do indulge in that lifestyle, it's because I can afford it. It's because I've put in the work, put in the effort, grinded over years so that I can have investments that are going to generate me some money so that I can take the extra profit from those investments and then go and buy the foolishness. You see, certain people right now, they're working to go and buy foolishness. No, the only time you should buy foolishness is when you've worked, you've invested your money, when you take that investment and that investment brings you back a return. Even some of that return, that profit, you put back into more investments. And any little extras, they ain't going to buy foolishness. But most people don't do that. Most people will work a job 9 to 5, maybe even do overtime for some car that's going to cost them £500 a month. And they own a 48-month contract. Over 4 years, which is 48 months, they've paid 24 grand to lease a car to have to give back with no property at the end of it. You should have took that 24, 25 grand, bought a property, even if the property brings you back a return of £200 a month. At least you're making money. At least you've invested your money into something that, you know what, in 5 years' time, let's say I bought a property for 130 grand. In 5 years' time, that property should be worth, let's say, even, I don't know, 180, yeah? Maybe not that much, but let's just say in some areas that would be the case. If I put down a 10% deposit, that would be 13 grand. A 10% deposit of that 180 grand in the future, that's 18,000. At least then, in 5 years, you've made a 5 grand profit on the deposit. But it's more than that. You can pull out like 30 grand anyway. It's not even a 5 grand increase on your deposit. You can pull out 20, 30 grand anyway, since the property's gone up in value. But I'm running out of time now, so Yeah, thanks for watching. Stay wise, ton.